Spit to the beat. Podcast. It's all about inside the music industry.
Nobody do it better. And welcome to Spit to the Beat podcast. I'm your host, Stacy, aka Beat Unstoppable Prayer, and we're back live in the virtual studio for another great show I have lined up before you. But before I get started, definitely want you to go onto my Facebook page at Stacy Be Unstoppable Prayer or Stacy Spit to the Beat Prayer, where you can catch video clips of this show and all my past episodes, as well as on my YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell at Spit to the Beat on YouTube. You can catch the full video clip of this show as well as all my other previous past episodes. So don't forget to check it out. Again, I want to thank my sponsors as well as all my listeners who are tuning in to Spit to the Beat. I really do appreciate you. Now, we are back in the studio once again. Like I said, getting ready for another topic. Today we are celebrating 50 years of hip hop anniversary, and without incident or accident, how this got set up. My guest, I would say, who I'm interviewing is a rapper, and it just fitting that this will be the best time to do this interview with him or anyone that's in the hip hop. So I can't wait to bring him on. It's my guest to bring him on, Mr. MGN Blak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
Good. Look, man, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to my audience. Let them know a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Man, it's your boy MGN Blak, man. Originally from VA. Grew up on the south side. Really, I kind of go against the grain of what Atlanta known for as far as music-wise. We got a few that do it, you know, what I'm doing, the way I'm doing it somewhat, but not too many real lyrical artists doing it anymore, so that's kind of laying on me. And I'm looking to bring a spin to Atlanta music.
Okay, awesome. And again, like I said, how fitting it is to be celebrating 50 years of hip-hop with you being a rapper and everything like that. I don't want to put you in a box. I know you do more than that, just that from listening to your music that I was really excited about. So tell us a little about your music journey. How has it been thus far for you?
It's been very, it's been like I've been kind of learning myself along the way, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like to look at music like everybody got their journey and their past, but if you know how to bring your journey over to a way that everybody can understand it, and you know what I'm saying, with the stuff that I've been through, I kind of bring that to light in the point of, you know, I ain't the only one, you know what I'm saying? Instead of coming out, and I could have took on like the trap lane, or, you know, I could have done anything, but when it comes to my music, there's a point of substance in it, to where it's relatable, it's understandable, it's still lyrical, and it's still musical. But you know, I try to, like I said, I just try to keep it real, and I do it my way. And so, yeah.
That's the only way to do it, is doing your way, you know. The individual, you don't want to copy anybody, you don't want to be labeled, you know, representing another artist and stuff like that, or sound. So you try to find your way, your sound, your voice into this industry, which is very competitive, especially in the city that you live in Atlanta.
Man, like, I'm talking about, like, even as far as getting my music out there and marketing myself,
Yeah.
I got to be different, because when people don't hear, that music don't come on down here on 808s, down hear that rocking, they like, man, God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know about the 808s. Yeah. And it's like that. Y'all are in I know I'm in Memphis, but you in Atlanta, you like in a basket that is so full. Like Atlanta's always birthing rappers or birthing singers like overnight.
And that's why I gotta be the way I'm doing it. I like the way I'm doing it because it's not being done by everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few that's really like, you got JID out there, Jid, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
everybody outside there really underground that's kind of doing it this way, but it is what it is. It's gonna pop.
So what inspired you your hip hop career? What's your inspiration?
My inspiration is my folks growing up. I always was listening to old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And there was either a message or a story. It was either or. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't really, you had the gangster rappers, but I'm only 27, but that's more so into the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they actually started telling you on wax what they gonna do, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't doing that all the time. So I enjoyed storytelling before I enjoyed the gangster rap. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right,
and
right.
It gave me a chance to understand what it was meant to be, what it might be now. And there's a mesh in between there where if you really understand what you're doing, you can mix the two, or you can leave one out.
And you talked about that in your bio. You talk about bringing back the reality to rap. What do you mean by that?
Like right now, everybody telling superhero stories.
Okay.
Everybody telling superhero stories, and they super gangsters. And it's like, man, it's too many people that ain't locked up for all y'all to be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you get to a point now. I got little cousins, and I listen to my little cousins talk. And, you know, obviously we black folks, so we talk with our music lingo and all that. Really it plays into each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
listening to him, and it's like, hey, you know, none of that is realistic. Like, this ain't GTA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really buying into thinking that you could do some of this shit and really get away with it by rapping about it, or whatever the case may be, how you going about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even telling you not to do what you want to do. But you do know that's a fantasy doing it that way.
Yeah.
And at least when he listen to my music, he can really relate to it, because it's you know, we may be out here making mistakes, or we have made our mistakes, or whatever the case may be. But now it's more so about being influential with it and making it to where it's just understandable. It's not me telling you to go do what I'm doing, but you understand what I'm saying.
Right. I follow you. Look, now check this out. We're going to come back and talk about this single, In My Head. But I'm going to take a PA break, and we'll be right back, okay? Hey, this is Stacey, a.k.a. Beat Unstoppable Puryear with Spit to the Beat podcast. Would you like to be my guest if you're a singer, songwriter, musician, producer, or promoter? Give me a call at 901-341-6777 or email me at myguest@spittothebeat.com.
You can't even hear me.
All right, we back. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh.
It's okay. Hey, the show, man, relax. We have fun, man. We talk stuff like that, so it's all good. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about that music, man, that you put out, In My Head. Tell us a little. Well, let's go ahead and play it first, and then you come back and talk about it, okay? Cool.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, oh boy, this shit.
I swear I didn't try to change, but every day I try to hide my pain, but I get stuck inside my. I've been trying to live life less simple, but the shit getting less and less simple. I've been keeping well with all my agendas. It's the week before the first goddamn the rent due. I've been trying to hold this shit down 10 toes. If I do it right, could get it back tenfolds. Couple niggas couldn't get with the program, and now you don't hear they name like Lorenzo. And God birthed his best warrior at Wednesday night. When I stress out, the grip on my pen gets tight. The ones who fail the worst get the best advice. The worst part of fucking twins is booking the flights. My mama dropped me in a place where I don't know nobody. Often back was in the corner, I was fighting at parties. Killed my cousin holding that one time for sorries. Heard I was up and had to tell my moms I'm sorry. Money green, these streams lead to large amounts. Bills face the same way, at least the ones I count. These niggas really falling off on their own accounts. I won't land a big house and a gorgeous spouse. A terrain to switch off, roll forward that bounces 3 miles away from anyone avoiding sound. Mind easy, move family, denounce the crowd. Farewell ways, parade, chunking deuces out. I mean, damn, is that too much for the ass for? Cause I'm demanding way more, my asshole. I never move around or move backwards. I done rub shoulders with some of the best.
All right. Let's talk about that, man. In my head. Oh, before you say this, I think I now understand what you mean about bringing that reality back. You bring you know, most rappers today, they talk about, excuse my language, but we can cut that out. It was explicit. Bitches, hoes, this and that. They're not really giving the true substance of a story that you're. And I listened to the song. I said, man, this is tight. But you're delivering something. You're giving, you feeding through your music. So talk about In My Head. Because it was in my head.
Hey, In My Head is that song. I wrote that one in a different place. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote that from a space of like being fed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just tired of being tired. So it got to a point where a lot of my friends, cousins, whatever, passed away, and I had my best friend passed away probably like 2.5 years ago, and I got to a point where my head was just running wild 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And instead of me taking that and going out and being pissed off at the world, I was like, man, I need to turn this into something that could be useful. And when I heard the beat, man, I was like, damn, what beat is that? And a lot of times I be getting beats that don't nobody be wanting, or can't nobody use, or whatever the case may be. So once I heard it, it just started pouring out, and it started coming together. And I was like, man, I got to hurry up and get to the studio. So I wrote down, like, I jotted that one down, like, I think that was either like a piece of napkin or like I tore a piece of paper out of somewhere or something like that. And it was bugging me, like it was just, you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
had to do it. Yeah. You had to put it down.
It's just, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, man, I got to finish this. Like once I finished it, it was a point of relief. And I'm like, man, I got to make sure I don't lose this. So I get to the studio. Like, you know, I still write music. A lot of people don't write music, but I still write music. So I still compose. I still... You know what I'm saying? I feel like that it'll mean more when you writing it down and you thinking about what you want to say and planning it out. And it even helps going into the studio. I rehearse before I get to the studio. You know what I'm saying? I feel like writing helps you with those steps.
Yeah. I have had artists come in. We got a studio as well, recording studio as well. I have had artists come in unprepared and, you know, take an album. I said, well, you paying for it now. That's all I can tell you. But right. Exactly. But then, too, you want them to come on because they don't want to be taking up your whole day, you know, dealing with them and they ain't got it right. And that kind of segue into my next question. How would you describe your sound and your music style?
My sound?
Or your music style? What's your flow when you perform it?
It's different. Especially my sound. My sound is knowing that I have a voice tone that I can, because naturally, like, I got a raspy voice. So like when I can't talk too low to people, and I had to deal with that most of my life, like talking too low, and I speak up, and like right now I'm projecting. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I realized, like, through learning how to do that, I've learned how to get to a point to where, like, when I'm actually speaking on the song, it's comforting to the ear. You know what I'm saying? There's a comfort there. So that mixed with my cadence and even in my head, I try not to just ride with the beat the whole song. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in that first verse especially, I started to mix it up and I get to playing with the cadence and picking it up, even though the beat doesn't change with me. You know what I'm saying? I find pockets. I like to find pockets and work the pocket until, you know, I get to another part of the song where I'm gonna switch it again, but I don't. It's hard for me to really put my sound in a bracket per se. But I will say this: I have lyrically, it's a message in it like the old school hip hop, but it's complex enough for today's music.
Okay. I see you keep referring back to the old school. I think that's where you get your flavor from, huh?
Yeah, because lyrically, you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, my favorite rapper was always Lil Wayne and Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, I'm not, don't, I don't want nobody to eat me up for this. I've never taken anything from any one of them. But if you listen to Jay-Z's early albums, he's spitting fast in these slower cadence pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite line Jay-Z said to this day, what he say? About his money machine ticking. Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
I know, but I don't know it like you may know it.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, even Blueprint, like the whole, I was like, okay.
Yeah, so the Blueprint was tight.
Crazy.
So
it was like he hit a supreme level of old school rap that other niggas was just not able to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so now Jay-Z came into evolving that, and Wayne comes in to play where, man, this man, who knows where he's pulling his lyrics from? They're coming from left field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I remember at one time he was just spitting songs and rap, just giving them to other rappers.
Giving them to other rappers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you can take that and you can find a fine place in between there, that's where I like to say I probably sit at.
Mm-hmm. Look, we're gonna take another PA break, but I want to come back and talk about this other song you sent me called "Love Me Anymore."
Yeah.
And that got a vibe to it, man. But we're gonna talk about it when we come back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's take this other break. Hey, this is Stacy, aka Be Unstoppable Per You. Thank you for listening to our show, Spit to the Beat Podcast. If you would like to be a sponsor, visit our website at www.spittothebeat.com and click the support tab and leave a donation. We really would appreciate it. Thank you again for listening. Also, catch every episode Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Cool. And welcome back to Spit to the Beat Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy, aka Be Unstoppable Per You, and I'm joined live in the studio all the way from Atlanta. My guest, my man right here, there he is in full effect, MGN Blak. Awesome. Look, okay, let's talk about that music, man. This song right here, this one right here, you came with a intro. That I'm like, okay, where you going with this? And I let a couple other people listen to it. They were vibing hard to it as well. I said, okay, we're gonna talk about it on the show. So Love Me Anymore. Let's play it.
I've been gone for a minute, and I've been hearing that you feel it. But do you love me anymore? Do you love me anymore? Yeah, I know you're cold-hearted, that is for sure. Same as before, but in the end you gave me a reward. So do you love me anymore? Do you love me anymore? So maybe you can come and help me figure some shit out. Don't come back in the house, so you stuck, so we kicked out. Fuck the porches, motion everywhere, so we slid out. My first fist fight to 10 minutes, we just now. Looking for a group of grown niggas to sit round. CCTV playing real life for a sick crowd. Smoking weed, I saw my first blunt and cig round. Lost my first shot of liquor, nigga, who cares now? No kids, but we want the real shit. We hear it all, them neighborhood scrap downs, nigga, we get involved. The police try to slide around, my nigga, we hit it all. I had my chance to violate before my chance to get tall. The only nation that's under a nation. I be wondering how long this shit gon' even take us. It ain't sitting well with me, I can't even embrace it. Maybe I can be the one to save my generation. Yeah, I've been gone for a minute, and I've been hearing that you feel it. But do you love me anymore? love me anymore. Yeah, I know you're cold-hearted, that is for sure. Same as before, but in the end you gave me a reward. So do you
All right, all right, all right. Let's talk about Love Me
Yeah.
Anymore. Now, when you that Jill Scott intro,
Ooh,
I know, right? I like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's put some rap into this.
yeah. You,
Let's
hey, you know,
go
it's
ahead.
crazy because everybody rapping over these samples, right? And I'm like,
Right.
all right, cool. Y'all want to rap on samples? Man, let's get into some real samples, man. I'm like, let me see what I can find out here, bro. I'm like, oh, Jill.
So how did you cook that up, man, in the studio?
Man, believe it or not, I'm trying to actually find the song to sample.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to find like, okay, let me get the song so I can sample it. And believe it or not, man, I get on YouTube and that beat came up. I'm like, damn, who is this?
Right.
I'm like, man, let me check bro out real quick because ain't no way I'm looking for a Jill Scott sample and he has something that, you know, when you write and you can hear it in your head. And I'm like, this is exactly what I think I've been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look for beats, man, I can be in there for like 4-5 hours just listening to beats. And I came across that one and I'm like, oh yeah, this is it right here.
And your
I
process.
only need to cook one up. I want this one.
And your process, your creative process of writing. I know you said the first song and I know you do, everyone get revelation about a song and you got to find something to write it down real quick and then get it out your system. Your creative process with this one, you were looking for a beat, you found Jill Scott. The words, did you know which direction you were going to go with it?
No, because when I sat down and I thought about writing that day, I was like, man, I used to rip and run the streets and shit like that. So I was like, man, I need like a love song for the streets. Not a love song, but something direct.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, not lullaby like, but kind of, you know, something that I can walk on. You feel what I'm saying? And not necessarily rush when I get my message out across it. So when I found that one, I literally sat back, I smoked a little bit, and I was like, man, let me just I had it on repeat. And I just like, man, let me just zone out for a second.
So is that your routine?
That's a routine for real. I find a beat, but see, it's hard for me to find a beat because I don't like anything. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
that really speak to me. Mm-hmm. So like, man, when I found that, I sat back. I said, I'm gonna sit back. I don't want to even start writing yet. I was just singing the hook over and over again to myself. And I was like, all right, bet, let's start writing. And once I started writing, I ain't stopped. I finished it. I said, okay, yeah. And that song that's probably one of the deepest songs I'm gonna ever be able to write. That Love Me Anymore.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be one of the deepest songs I ain't gonna say ever be able to write, but that's for right now, that's it. There's a bunch of messages in there that our people will understand. From like you said, the beginning of the song, and you kind of see where it's going. First thing that you think about when you hear me say, don't come back in the house, so you stuck, so we kicked out. You like, hold on, shit. Damn, that's me, that's my son, that's my uncle, that's my nephew, that's my cousin. Like all of us black. If you a man black, you're not going back in the house, so you staying in. So that leads you to say, okay, well, you got a kid that's stuck outside. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back in the house, you stuck. Fuck the porch is motion everywhere, so we slid out. That's how we do.
Yeah.
You're not finna just sit here no more. You slide out. And then as you listen to the song is literally walking you down how I got into the mess I got into, or how black kids, black young men get into what we get into naturally just being outside as kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's where it leads you into in it. Because there's this for whatever reason, there's this thought that all of us choose that way. Or that's all people want, our people want. And you be like, man, some of this stuff happened at family cookouts or, you know, neighborhood events. It ain't always evil. It pops up. But, you know, it's a little more easier to younger black men because this is what our culture is. Our culture is to be outside all day and not come back in or you stuck. You know what I'm saying? That's so then again, we talk about addressing problems. I think that might be one.
Yeah. I feel that from you and several other artists as well, your music connects with one song to the next.
Yeah.
You flow from one song to the next song to the next song, and that's what I feel about you. Because you came in my head, then you said "Love Me More Anymore," and I know you got a few more. But let's talk about this EP debut of "Hear Me Now." What is that one is all about? In the anticipation, have this been already released? They can find it. Okay,
I've been.
you've been sitting
Hear me
on this.
now. Ooh-wee. It's hard too. It's hard.
You don't want to let that baby go.
Man, what? I promise you. Hey.
Come on, talk about it.
I have to drive for myself.
Ooh-wee.
It's because like.
Okay. What anticipated date that we might hear that? Sometime in 2023, right?
Oh yeah. My birthday comes out October 25th. I'm thinking about doing a birthday release. But if I do a birthday release, that means I need to go ahead and get everything done like right now.
Yeah.
August, and then September need to be nothing but touch up.
Right.
But I'm gonna shoot for my birthday, man, because this I don't like to toot my own horn, but like I think I'm finna do something big, bro. Cause I got some stuff going on. Some people I'm working with. I ain't gonna say the name, but I'm working with a series, doing some work for their episodes, and I think, of course, I've let them hear a little peek here and there, but
I feel that this is our first time meeting, man. I feel you getting ready to blow up, do some big things before 2023 is out. So I can't wait.
That.
I'm gonna stay
Hear Me Now
following.
is a statement EP. That's a statement EP. Like, hear me now. I mean what I say. Like, hear me now, because I know people that's in the game, bro. I know people that's getting on or that's already on that feel like my music might mess up. They like, and there's no hate. There's nothing like. I've never asked for that, the opportunity or nothing like that. But when people come up to you and be like, man, I like that, but this what's going on over here, and I be like, I ain't never asked. That's how you know people know. You got something brewing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this gonna be a real statement album, because it's like, there's dudes I grew up messing with that's on certain labels that look at my music as like not gonna be able to sell, or it's not gonna be able to gain attention, or it's too boring. I'm like, now you ain't got no choice but to hear me. I'm doing it all myself.
Yeah.
Independent, you ain't got no choice but to hear me. And it's
I heard you talk earlier. We talked earlier about, you two of the rap legends, Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. Who else now in the little coming up into this area influence you as far as your style of music, your rap, stuff like that?
It's hard to say.
I mean, if those only two, you don't need to say anything else.
I got like J. Cole for sure. J. Cole, when it comes to like I said, JID. It's hard to listen to artists now because it's almost all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you literally hear certain phrases over and over again. Like everybody rapping about, like, it be everybody saying smoking on whatever, like that's the phrase for 2023.
Right.
And then last year it was everybody's talking about having a bag and all, whatever the phrase is or whatever the topic is for that year, that's what everybody is rapping
They
about.
go off the gimmick. Yeah.
So it's like I like people that kind of go against the grain. I mean, man, I still got a record player in my room. I might go in the room and listen to some records before the studio.
Okay, some vinyl.
But I got vinyls.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. A real artist.
Kanye.
For real. Oh
Kanye.
Man, that's tight.
That dude there. He real influential in what I do as far as to the genius side of music and understanding sonic sounds and being able to actually put together. I want to be able to, when I go do tours, shows, whatever, I want to be able to have a live band behind me. I want to be able to. I'm not a fan of playing lyrics over your show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you got a live show, let them people hear you spit what you saying. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's old school though.
Yeah.
It's old school. Only so recently people start actually playing their lyrics at live shows. So that's
Yeah, only a few artists do. They always lip singing over it. What's your future, man? I know what is your aspiration. I hear you talking about it, but I really want you to just tell my audience more what direction MGN Blak is going.
I'm taking. I want to be. I don't really care too much of being Hollywood famous.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't really care too much about being on magazine covers and all of that. Like, long as you know how Kendrick, he might not drop an album, but for maybe like every 2 years or 3 years. But when his album drops, everything stops. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
his tour come around, he's getting the biggest stadiums.
Yeah.
And he's making the most noise. Like, there's some people out there still recovering from that damn album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
right. We still on that. Like, that's the direction I'm going in. I don't care about physically money and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I want my money to be worthless one day.
Okay.
I want to walk in somewhere and somebody be like, man, your money ain't no good here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
still be humble to that and take the lesser. But we know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially as far as this rap stuff. As far as this rap stuff, like I'm just getting started. And I've been able to link up with a more advanced engineer, a more advanced ear to it, and somebody that's really like, serious when I'm serious in there.
Yeah.
And it's creating a better product. It's enabling me to advance in what I'm doing. I still got music that's gonna be on the EP that's Atlanta sounding, like that's gonna remind you, like, but don't forget, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still got the message to some of my other stuff. So it's
Man,
about to get real.
you got some hot music, bro. And I'm not just saying that just to be saying. I truly listen to all my guests who send me their music and stuff if they have music to introduce or stuff like that. But when I kept bumping that Jill Scott Field with that rap,
Hey,
that sucker is tight, bro. I can't wait to see more of this you about to do. I know that EP coming out.
I'm working on a video for that Love Me Anymore, man. But that can't be just anything. Like,
Right.
that's got to be like more damn, like cinematic. I want a cinematic view to that. That's
Well,
gonna be.
well, the statement that all artists carry now. Erica Badu said it. You got to be sensitive about your shit.
Sensitive about your shit.
So you want it right, you want it laid out there and represent you correctly. Yeah, I
That's why
understand.
the EP is taking so long, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm writing and I never know really the process. You never know the process of something until you're going through it yourself. And you can sit in there, you can write all the music in the world, but you'll be worried that, man, if I submit this, I might write something tomorrow that's crazy. I'm like,
True.
hold on, let me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm in between probably 8 to 10 tracks, but I got 25, 30 to pick from.
Ooh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the stuff that I got written is like, okay, more people reaching out, and I'm able to get to these beats that actually got layers to them. That I can actually go in and put 6, 7 tracks, down. I'm October 25th, man. I'm gonna stick to that. That's all I'm gonna say. October 25th.
Cool. I can't wait. I'm super excited, bro. I'm definitely gonna be looking. Where is that? I'm gonna have to hit you up on on social media.
And I'm gonna drop a single, another single too. Either late this month or next month. I'm gonna give one more single, maybe 2, because I didn't want to give up Love Me Anymore. I wanted to hold that until the damn drop. But luckily I just didn't have a date, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give them this. But
Okay.
I'm gonna drop probably 1 or 2 more, and yeah, I'm gonna give y'all 5, 6, 7 fresh new songs.
Awesome. Look, man, again, I want to thank you for reaching out to me, and I reached back out to you so you can come on the show and talk about your music. Super excited that this is a great interview, man. You share some things with my audience, and the future is bright for you. I see it. I see everything happening for you. Keep grinding. I know you're in a tough city, but just keep grinding.
Them boys gonna have to bring it, man. They're gonna have to rap.
There you go. MGN Blak on Spit to the Beat podcast. All right, hold tight while I finish and wrapping up the show, man. I appreciate you. Cool. Here we go.